Hi everyone. Uh, in the previous classes, we might have discussed working of four-stroke petrol engine, four-stroke diesel engine, as well as two-stroke petrol engine. Now, let us see the difference between four-stroke and two-stroke engines. You all already understood that working principle of four-stroke engine as well as two-stroke engine. With that, we can find out or we can mention some of the differences between the four-stroke and two-stroke engine. Let us see which are all the most common difference between this four-stroke and two-stroke engine. Yes, we'll begin with the first thing. You can see here I have three or four rows columns here. So first one is the serial number, and this is the main thing actually, principle. And I have two more columns, like one is for four-stroke engine, another one is for two-stroke engine. And let us see what are the difference, what are the main difference between this four-stroke engine and two-stroke engine. And the most important thing is that number of strokes per cycle. So this is the first thing, and based on this, we'll tell what is the difference between four-stroke engine and two-stroke engine. Number of strokes per cycle. This is the first parameter. So in the four-stroke engine, as the name itself suggesting, there are four stroke per cycle. So I'll mention four stroke per cycle. You all know that which are the four strokes: suction, compression, power stroke, and exhaust stroke. In the two-stroke engine, it will be only two stroke per cycle. This upward stroke or downward stroke you can call, or even you can call it as compression stroke and power stroke, where that suction and exhaust stroke will be taken along with those two strokes. So only two strokes per cycle in case of two-stroke engine. It is very easy to remember. The name itself suggests for four-stroke engine there will be four strokes per cycle. For two-stroke engine there will be only two stroke per cycle. So this is regarding number of strokes per cycle. Next, number of cycles per minute. So what will be the number of cycles per minute? This is the second parameter. So it is equal to half the speed of the engine. So if the speed of the engine is around 1000 rpm, then number of cycles is equal to 500, because you all know that in the four-stroke engine, crankshaft has to finish two complete revolution to complete one cycle. That I told when I'm explaining about that four-stroke engines. There the crankshaft has to finish two complete revolution to complete one cycle. So for that, number of cycles per minute in a four-stroke engine is equal to half the speed of the engine. If the speed of the engine is 1000 rpm, then number of cycles is equal to 500 there. So here you all know that in a two-stroke engine, crankshaft needs to complete one complete revolution for one cycle. So thereby which, so number of cycles is equal to speed of the engine. So n is that number of cycles actually, lowercase letter n, and uppercase letter n represents speed of the engine. So these notations will be used in solving the numerical. So remember that. So number of cycles in case of four-stroke engine is half the speed of the engine. Reason you all know that. Again, two-stroke engine, it is equal to speed of the engine. Number of cycles is equal to speed of the engine. Again, you all know the reason, because crankshaft need to finish one revolution for one cycle, whereas here it has to finish two revolutions for one cycle. Next is power. And here in case of four-stroke engine, power is developed in every alternate revolution of the crankshaft. Yes, you all know that in the first revolution of the crankshaft there will be suction stroke and compression stroke. In the next revolution, the power stroke will be taking place. It is power will be producing there. So that's why power is developed in every alternate revolution of crankshaft. In the first revolution of the crankshaft, there will not be any power developed. In the second revolution, there will be power developing process. In the third revolution, again, there will not be any power developing process. In the fourth revolution, there will be power stroke or power developing process. So that's why power is developed in every alternate revolution of the crankshaft under four-stroke engine, whereas power is developed in every revolution of the crankshaft in case of two-stroke engine. As you all know that when one rotation of crankshaft, that two-stroke engine will finish one cycle. So thereby which power will be developing in every revolution of the crankshaft for two-stroke engine. So this is again very important thing there. Next is flywheel. So flywheel in case of four-stroke engine, I told what is this flywheel when we were discussing about that parts of that IC engine. So in case of four-stroke engine, heavy flywheel is required. This is for balancing purpose actually. Heavy flywheel is required for four-stroke engine, whereas lighter flywheel is required for two-stroke engine. For the two-stroke engine, only that flywheel of very smaller size is enough, whereas for four-stroke engine, heavier flywheel is required. And next is admission of charge. This is the next parameter. So here you can see that the charge is directly admitted into the engine cylinder during the suction stroke. Yes, you might have seen this in the working principle of 4-stroke engine there. The charge will be directly taken into the engine cylinder during the suction stroke. In case of petrol engine, mixture of air fuel will be taken into the combustion chamber during suction stroke. In case of diesel engine, only air will be taken into the combustion chamber during suction stroke. This is directly admitted into the engine cylinder. Whereas in come to the 2-stroke engine, you all know that charge first it will enter the crankcase through the inlet port. Yes, that is what they are mentioning here. The charge is first admitted into the crankcase and then transferred into the cylinder. You all know that which is the port used to transfer the charge from crankcase to the engine cylinder, that is transfer port. You all discussed in that 2-stroke engine. So that's why here in case of 4-stroke engine, charge is directly admitted into the engine cylinder, whereas in this case charge is first admitted into the crankcase, then it will be taken into engine cylinder. Next is exhaust gases. Here you all know that in a 4-stroke engine, exhaust gases are driven out through the outlet by piston during the exhaust stroke. Yes, that's what we have discussed. When due to the upward movement of the piston, all the exhaust gases will be driven out through the exhaust valve. Whereas in case of exhaust 2-stroke engine, exhaust gases will be expelled out of the cylinder by scavenging process. Yes, we discussed about this scavenging process. It is a process in which the exhaust gases will be removed from the engine cylinder by the incoming fresh charge. So that is what you can say it as scavenging. So here in case of 2-stroke engine, exhaust gases will be expelled out of the cylinder by scavenging operation, and whereas here exhaust gases will be driven out of the combustion chamber due to the piston movement. So this is one difference again between this 4-stroke and 2-stroke engine. Let us move to the next one. Actually, here in this case we have this valves. So I told this thing itself. In a 4-stroke engine, we can see that inlet and outlet valves there, and inlet and exhaust are opened and closed by the mechanical valves. There will be spring-loaded valves, and those spring-loaded valves will be operated by that cams. So I told that thing when we were discussing about the parts of the IC engine. So these inlet and exhaust are open and closed by mechanical valves. Whereas in case of 2-stroke engine, I told this thing already, there will not be any valves, only there will be ports there. Yes, piston itself will opens and closes the inlet, transfer and exhaust ports. Yes, this thing I told in the construction part of this 2-stroke engine itself. So remember that in case of 4-stroke engine, that inlet and exhaust are opened and closed by mechanical valves, whereas in case of 2-stroke engine, piston itself will open and closes all the ports, inlet port, exhaust port and transfer port. That is again one more important point. Next is engine cooling. In case of 4-stroke engine, the cooling can be made more effective since the combustion taking place in every alternate revolution of crankshaft. Yes, you all know that. So combustion process and power stroke taking place in the every alternate revolution there, every alternate revolution of crankshaft. Thereby, it is having much time for cooling process. So thereby, cooling can be made more effective. Whereas in case of 2-stroke engine, you all know that it is combustion and combustion is taking place in every revolution of the crankshaft. High rate of cooling must be the rate of cooling must be very high. That means we need to do that cooling at very faster rate since the combustion takes place in every revolution of the crankshaft there. Yes, here in case of 4-stroke engine, combustion taking place in every alternate revolution of crankshaft, so cooling can be made more effective. Whereas here the rate of cooling must be done at very high because that combustion will be taking place in every revolution of crankshaft there. Next is fuel consumption. This 4-stroke engines consumes less fuel when compared to 2-stroke engine. So fuel consumption is less in case of 4-stroke engine and fuel consumption is more in case of 2-stroke engine. Next we have mechanical efficiency. Mechanical efficiency is less in case of 2-stroke engine and mechanical efficiency is high in case of mechanical efficiency is less in case of 4-stroke engine and this mechanical efficiency is more or high in case of 2-stroke engine, because we have some more moving parts here, that valves and all, which will cause us that friction and loss of power there. So thereby which that mechanical efficiency will be less in case of 4-stroke engine. Whereas when you come to 2-stroke engine, as already we discussed, there will not be any valves and all, so moving parts will be less there, thereby which friction will be less and will be having high mechanical efficiency under 2-stroke engine. Next, regarding the noise of that engine. So this noise will be very less in case of 4-stroke engine, whereas this noise will be more in case of this 2-stroke engine. Remember that this is regarding noise. Next, uses or application of this 4-stroke engine and 2-stroke engine. This 4-stroke engine is used in slow speed and high power application like cars, trucks, tractors, jeeps and buses, etc. Whereas your 2-stroke engine will be used in high speed and low power applications like mopeds, scooters, motorcycles. Anyhow, now they have banned the 2-stroke engines, so these will be used only in case of lower power applications, that is the 2-stroke engine like mopeds, scooters and motorcycle. Whereas this 4-stroke engine will be used in the case of cars, trucks, tractors, jeeps and buses. So these are all the difference between 4-stroke and 2-stroke engine. What I would like to tell you is, if you remember these parameters, we can write minimum of 10 differences between these 4-stroke and 2-stroke. It is very easy to remember. First thing itself, you can remember the number of strokes per cycle. It is 4-stroke under the 4-stroke engine, 2-stroke under the 2-stroke engine, and number of cycles per minute is, here it is half of the engine speed in case of 4-stroke engine equal to the speed of engine in case of 2-stroke engine. Power, it is developed in alternate revolution for 4-stroke engine, it is developed in every revolution of crankshaft in 2-stroke engine. And flywheel size, heavy flywheel is required for 4-stroke and lighter flywheel for 2-stroke. Admission of charges, it is directly sent to that combustion chamber or engine cylinder. Here it is first enters the crankcase, then enters the engine cylinder. Exhaust gases will be driven out through that upward movement of the piston, whereas here exhaust gases will be driven out by scavenging process. Next difference, if you remember these principles like number of strokes, number of cycles, power, flywheel, admission of charge, exhaust gases, along with these 6, at least you can remember a minimum 10 difference between these 4-stroke and 2-stroke engine. Valves, this will be opening and closing of valves will be done by mechanical valves, actually spring loaded valves, whereas in case of this 2-stroke engine, piston itself will open and closes all the ports. And engine cooling, it is more effective since combustion will be taking place in alternate revolution. Here cooling has to be made at a very high rate because that combustion will be taking place in every revolution of crankshaft. Fuel consumption is less in case of 4-stroke engine and fuel consumption is more in case of 2-stroke engine. Mechanical efficiency is less for 4-stroke engine and mechanical efficiency is high for 2-stroke engine. Noise will be less for 4-stroke engine and noise will be more for 2-stroke engine. And it will be used in case of cars, trucks, buses, jeeps, tractors, whereas 2-stroke engine will be used in some mopeds, scooters, motorcycles. So remember these principles or parameters, then definitely you can write the difference between 4-stroke engine and 2-stroke engine. Next come to the difference between a petrol engine and diesel engine, or you can call it as difference between spark ignition and compression ignition engine. You all know that petrol engines can be called as spark ignition engines, whereas diesel engines can be called as compression ignition engines. So again here also same thing. If you remember these principles or the parameters, then definitely you can write the difference between this SI engine and CI engine, or difference between petrol engine and diesel engine. So we'll begin with the first thing. The first parameter is working cycle. As I told, this is the most important one. Working cycle, you all know that petrol engine works on Otto cycle, a constant volume cycle, whereas diesel engine works on diesel cycle or constant pressure cycle. So that is the most important thing. You can write it directly. As soon as I mentioned difference between petrol engine and diesel engine, you first write on which thermodynamic cycle these two engines works. Next one is fuel used. It is again very simple thing to remember. In case of petrol engine, petrol will be used. For diesel engine, diesel will be used. Again, it is very simple to remember. Admission of the fuel. Third point is, during the suction stroke, the petrol admitted to the cylinder with air. We discussed this thing in that working principle there. Like mixture of petrol and air will be sent to the combustion chamber during suction stroke for petrol engine. Whereas for diesel engine, like at the end of the compression stroke, diesel is injected with the help of fuel injectors into the cylinder. Yes, we discussed this thing also. Like this is telling about admission of the fuel, when that fuel will be sent to that combustion chamber. Here in the petrol engine, in the suction stroke, the mixture of petrol and air will be sent to the combustion chamber. Whereas in case of diesel engine, at the end of compression stroke, fuel will be injected into the cylinder with the help of fuel injector. So remember that admission of the fuel. Next, charge drawn during the suction stroke. That means what will be sent into the engine cylinder during the suction stroke. You all know that in the petrol engine, air and petrol mixture will be drawn during the suction stroke, whereas for diesel engine, only air is drawn during the suction stroke. Yes, this is again one most easiest thing to remember, like the second one. So in the charge drawn during the suction stroke, for petrol engine it is mixture of fuel and air, whereas for diesel engine only air will be drawn during the suction stroke. Next is one more important thing, that is compression ratio. And I told this definition of compression ratio when we were discussing about the terminologies of that IC engine. Like this compression ratio, it is defined as the ratio of total volume to the clearance volume, and even in the total volume it is nothing but the summation of swept volume and clearance volume, Vs plus Vc in the numerator, and in the denominator it is Vc. That is compression ratio. It is defined as ratio of total volume to the clearance volume. For petrol engines or SI engines, it is of low compression ratio ranging from 7:1 to 12:1. This is very important. Remember these values. Compression ratio of petrol engine varies from 7:1 to 12:1, whereas compression ratio of diesel engine varies from 16:1 to 20:1. That means compression ratio of diesel engine is high when compared to compression ratio of petrol engine. And because of this difference in compression ratio, again you can see in the next slide, we'll be having many difference between petrol engine and diesel engine. So there will be some advantages in the diesel engine because of this high compression ratio that we will explain. But remember these values. For petrol engine, compression ratio varies from 7:1 to 12:1, whereas for diesel engine, compression ratio varies from 16:1 to 20:1. Next, ignition of the fuel. Here actually you all know that in the SI engine, as the name itself suggests, petrol is ignited by this spark plug, whereas in case of here diesel engine, diesel is ignited by the compression ignition, or you can say it as that is self ignition. Here you can write the compression ignition, that is enough. Again you may get doubt regarding the self ignition, no problem. It is also same as that of compression ignition, but right, diesel is ignited by compression ignition, that I told this thing. The fuel which is diesel fuel which is injected into the engine cylinder will undergo combustion just by the heat of compressed air. So for that, remember, diesel is ignited by the compression ignition, whereas petrol is ignited by this spark plug. So this is one more difference between petrol engine and diesel engine. Next we have engine speed. So engine speed, the petrol engine speed is around up to about 3000 rpm, whereas here in case of this diesel engine, that speed is less there and it is around 500 to 1500 rpm. Next we will come to this power output. Because of the low compression ratio, power developed will be less. This is what I said. Due to that compression ratio, again we will discuss many of the parameters, that is difference between petrol and diesel engine. You can see there, because of the less compression ratio, as you all know that petrol engine compression ratio will be less there. So because of that, the power developed in case of petrol engine is less, whereas power developed in the diesel engine will be more because of high compression ratio. So remember that power output in case of petrol engine is less, in case of diesel engine it is more. Reason is less compression ratio in case of petrol engine, high compression ratio in case of diesel engine. This is the reason or justification. But if you want to remember only this much, right, power output, it is less in case of petrol engine and power output will be more in case of diesel engine. And next is thermal efficiency. Thermal efficiency is less due to low compression ratio, and thermal efficiency is high due to high compression ratio. Again this point is also depend on that compression ratio. So that thermal efficiency is less in case of petrol engine and thermal efficiency is more in case of diesel engine. Again the reason is same, that is compression ratio. Next, noise and vibration. Because of lower operating pressure, noise and vibrations are almost nil in case of petrol engine, whereas in case of this diesel engine, operating pressure of this diesel engine is very high. So thereby which, when operating pressure is more, definitely the noise and vibration is also high. So this is one more point to be remembered. Noise and vibration. Noise and vibrations are almost nil in case of petrol engine because of less operating pressure, whereas diesel engine, it is having more noise and vibration because of high operating pressure. Next, weight of the engine. Weight of the engine, that is petrol engine, it is very less, whereas weight of the diesel engine is more. Next, initial cost. Initial cost of the petrol engine is less, whereas initial cost of the diesel engine is more. Yes, again these are all the 12 more points we need to remember as a difference between petrol engine and diesel engine. I'll recall all these once again so you can remember that parameters. Then if you remember the parameters, then definitely you can write a difference between petrol engine and diesel engine again. So we'll discuss once again. So first thing, you all know that when they ask the difference between SI engine and CI engine, first thing is you need to mention on which thermodynamic cycle it works. First one is working cycle. SI engine works on Otto cycle and CI engine works on diesel cycle. It is very easy to remember. Fuel used. Petrol will be used in case of petrol engine and diesel will be used in case of diesel engine. Admission of the fuel, and here petrol will be drawn or petrol will be sent to the engine cylinder during the suction stroke, whereas here diesel will be injected at the end of compression stroke. So next is charge drawn during the suction stroke. Mixture of air and petrol will be drawn during the suction stroke for petrol engine, whereas for diesel engine only air is drawn during the suction stroke. Next is very important thing, that is compression ratio. It is very less compression ratio in petrol engine, whereas high compression ratio in diesel engine. You all know that. Please mention the values also. Petrol engine compression ratio varies from 7:1 to 12:1, whereas diesel engine compression ratio varies from 16:1 to 20:1. Next is ignition of the fuel. Petrol is ignited by the spark plug, whereas diesel is ignited by compression ignition. This you all discussed in that working principle itself. So it is ignition of fuel. Next, we have next parameter like engine speed. Petrol engine is petrol engine is having very high speed there, about 3000 rpm, whereas diesel engine having lesser speed, around 500 to 1500 rpm. Next is power output. Power output of petrol engine will be less because of less compression ratio, and power output of diesel engine is high due to high compression ratio. And thermal efficiency, again thermal efficiency of petrol engine is less, again due to say low compression ratio, whereas thermal efficiency is high in case of diesel engine due to high compression ratio. Next is noise and vibration. Noise and vibration is nil in case of petrol engine because of less operating pressure. Noise and vibration is more in case of diesel engine because of high operating pressure. Next, weight of the engine is very less in case of petrol engine, whereas weight of the engine is more in case of diesel engine. Initial cost of the petrol engine is less and initial cost of the petrol engine is initial cost of the petrol engine is less and initial cost of the diesel engine is more. So please remember these parameters and definitely you can write a difference between petrol engine and diesel engine. Next, let us move to few more points are there in this petrol engine and diesel engine. We will see operating fuel cost. Here operating fuel cost is more because petrol is costly. Is here nowadays they are almost equal, but still it is having some higher value. Petrol is having higher cost, so that's why we will write that operating fuel cost is more because of petrol is costly, and here diesel is cheap when compared to petrol. That is not that much of cheap, but still it is less cost when compared to petrol. Next, maintenance cost. Maintenance cost is less in case of petrol engine, whereas maintenance cost of diesel engine is slightly higher. And next point is starting of the engine. Petrol engine can easily be started even in the cold weather, whereas diesel engine are difficult to start in cold weather. I think you might have experienced this thing if you have some diesel vehicles in your home. So even in cold season, if you don't start that vehicle for many days, then when you are starting for the next time, you will face a problem definitely. So for that, petrol engine can be start very easily even in cold weather, whereas diesel engines are difficult to start in the cold weather. Exhaust gas pollution. Here that exhaust gas pollution of petrol engine is more. That pollutants with SI engine is going to emit is more actually, whereas the exhaust gas pollution is less in case of diesel engine. Uses: petrol engine is used in case of scooters, motorcycle, cars, etc., whereas diesel engine is used in case of heavy trucks. So we all know that power will be developed more in case of diesel engine because of high compression ratio. So this diesel engine will be used where more power is required, like tractors, buses and heavy vehicles, etc. So please remember these things also along with that 12 concepts, so 12 parameters. Around these again 5 more parameters here. This is very simple to remember. Operating fuel cost. Petrol is high, whereas diesel is less when compared to petrol. Maintenance cost is less in petrol engine, whereas it is high in case of diesel engine. Starting of the engine, it is easy. Petrol engine is easy to start even in the cold weather, whereas diesel engine is not so easy to start in the cold weather. Exhaust gas pollution is more in case of petrol engine, whereas the pollutants emitted by CNG engine is less in case of diesel engine. Uses is used in the scooters, motorcycle and cars, whereas diesel engine is used in some trucks, tractors, buses, heavy vehicles, etc. So these are all the differences. You need around 17 difference we have mentioned for petrol and diesel engine. At least you can remember minimum 10 there. Whereas for difference between that 4-stroke and 2-stroke, we discussed about 12 differences. At least you can remember 10 differences there. Next we will come to this. This is not required for you people, indicator diagram. Next we have this advantage of 2-stroke engine over a 4-stroke engine. Let us see what are the advantages of this 2-stroke engine over that 4-stroke engine. Come to the first point. 2-stroke engine has twice the number of power strokes than 4-stroke engine at the same speed. Yes, this is the most important thing there. Because of in the 2-stroke, it has power stroke in every revolution of crankshaft. So this 2-stroke engine will be having twice the number of power stroke than 4-stroke engine at the same speed. For example, if the engine speed is around 1000 rpm, then power stroke in 2-stroke is 1000 power strokes. Whereas in case of 4-stroke, there will be 500 power stroke in case of 4-stroke engine. So that's why 2-stroke engine is having twice the number of power strokes than a 4-stroke engine at the same speed. Weight of the 2-stroke engine is less than that of 4-stroke engine because of lighter flywheel due to more uniform torque on the crankshaft. As I told, flywheel will be used for mainly for the balancing purpose there. So 2-stroke engine having a lighter flywheel, we discussed there. So thereby which weight of the 2-stroke engine is less because it has only lighter flywheel. So that is, you can remember it in the simplest way. Weight of the 2-stroke engine is less because it is having lighter flywheel. You can write only this much there. And next, scavenging is more complete in 2-stroke engine since the exhaust gases are not left in the clearance volume compared to 4-stroke engine. So this is regarding scavenging process actually. Scavenging is more complete. I have missed earlier. It is scavenging is more complete in case of 2-stroke engine. That means removal of exhaust gases from that engine cylinder is more complete in the 2-stroke engine when compared to 4-stroke engine. So next is, since there are no mechanical valves and valve gears, hence the construction of the 2-stroke engine is simple, which reduces the initial cost. So that is regarding construction of that engine. You all know that in case of 2-stroke engines, there will not be any valves, there will not be any cams and valve gears and all. So thereby which here construction of 2-stroke engine is simple when compared to 4-stroke engine, and also thereby which it reduces the initial cost of 2-stroke engine. Next, 2-stroke engine can be easily started compared to 4-stroke engine. This is regarding starting of that engine. So next, 2-stroke engine can be easily reversed by a simple reversing gear mechanism. Even it can be reversed with the help of reverse gearing mechanism. 2-stroke engine occupies less space, and this is regarding the space required for 2-stroke engine. It requires only less space. Next, 2-stroke engine has less maintenance cost since it has less number of moving parts. That's what I said. Even in case of 2-stroke engine, we'll be having less moving parts. So thereby which the maintenance cost of 2-stroke engine is also less because it is having less number of moving parts. Next, due to lightweight and high speed, 2-stroke engines are preferred in motorcycles and scooters. This is regarding where it will be used. At least you can remember all these 8 points which are very important, and even this is also very easy to remember where it will be used. So 2-stroke engine has twice the number of power stroke than 4-stroke engine at the same speed. Weight of the 2-stroke is less because of lighter flywheel. Scavenging is more complete in case of 2-stroke engine. Since no mechanical valves and no valve gears, construction of 2-stroke is simple and reduces the initial cost. 2-stroke engine can be easily started compared to 4-stroke engine, and 2-stroke engine can easily be reversed with the help of reverse gear mechanism. 2-stroke engine occupies less space. 2-stroke engine has less maintenance because it is having less number of moving parts, and it will be used in some scooters, motorcycles. So these are all the advantages of 2-stroke engines over a 4-stroke engine. Next, we have some disadvantages of these 2-stroke engines. Since the combustion takes place in every revolution, time available for cooling will be less than the four-stroke engine, which results in overheating of the piston and other engine parts. So you all know that combustion in case of two-stroke engine will be taking place in every revolution of crankshaft. So time required for cooling is very less there. So that's what we said in the difference between four-stroke and two-stroke engine. Cooling should be done at a faster rate. Otherwise, it will be the engine will get heated up, so thereby which it may cause some damage to the entire engine. So because of that, here you can see there which is a disadvantage of this two-stroke engine. The cooling time available for two-stroke engine is less when compared to four-stroke engine, so it leads to overheating of the piston and other engine parts. Next is incomplete scavenging results in mixing of exhaust gases with a fresh charge which will dilute it. That means if the scavenging is incomplete, that means when that exhaust gases which are if the exhaust gases are not completely removed from the engine cylinder, then the fresh charge which enters that engine cylinder will get mixed up with the engine cylinder, which get mixed up with that exhaust gases which present in engine cylinder, thereby which it will become dilute and hence lesser power output and thereby which less thermal efficiency. So this is regarding incomplete scavenging. That means if the exhaust gases are not completely removed from the engine cylinder, then the fresh charge which comes into the engine cylinder will get mixed up with the exhaust gases which is still present there. When the fresh charge mix up with that exhaust gases, which will get diluted, so thereby which power output will also be less, and definitely when the power output is less, thermal efficiency will also be less. Next, since the transfer port is kept open only for a shorter period, hence that less quality of charge admitted into the cylinder, which will reduce the power output there. This is regarding opening of the transfer port. Transfer port will be kept open only for a shorter period, so thereby which power output will be less, because when that transfer port is kept open for shorter period, then definitely only small quantity of fuel or small quantity of charge will enter that engine cylinder, thereby which power output will be reduced there. When less quantity of charge enters that combustion chamber, then definitely that will be less power output. Next is, since both the transfer and exhaust port are kept open during the same period, there is a possibility of escape of the fresh charge through the exhaust port, which will also reduces the thermal efficiency of the engine. That means you all know that this transfer port and exhaust port will be uncovered or will be kept open during the downward stroke of the piston. I think you can remember that working principle there. When these two, that is exhaust port and transfer port, are kept open during the same period, there is a possibility of escape of the fresh charge through the exhaust port. Means the fresh charge which enters into that combustion chamber through that engine cylinder, that fresh charge also may escape along with the exhaust gases. So when the fresh charge escapes, definitely it reduces the thermal efficiency. That means that fresh charge will goes out without undergoing combustion. That means without producing power, thereby which that thermal efficiency will be less. Next, for a given stroke and clearance volume, the effective compression stroke is less in case of two-stroke engine than a four-stroke engine. This is regarding the same stroke and the clearance volume. Compression stroke will be less in case of two-stroke engine when compared to four-stroke engine. Two-stroke engine needs better cooling arrangement because of high operating temperature. That's we have discussed here itself in the first point itself. So it requires better cooling arrangement since the combustion is taking place in every revolution of crankshaft. So there will be high operating temperature. So that has to be cooled down properly. So that's why it needs better cooling arrangement. Next, exhaust in a two-stroke engine is noisy due to sudden release of burnt gases. So in the two-stroke engines, you all know that. So that as soon as that piston uncovers the as soon as the piston uncovers the exhaust port, that exhaust gases will try to move out through the exhaust port. So that's what it is like sudden release of burnt gases. So thereby which it is somewhat noisy. This two-stroke engine is noisy when compared to four-stroke engine there. So that is what regarding disadvantages of these two-stroke engine. We'll recall once again. So since the combustion taking place in every revolution, time available for cooling will be less in case of two-stroke engine, which results in overheating of piston and engine parts. You need to write, so you can write like that combustion takes place in every revolution of crankshaft, thereby which cooling time is less in case of two-stroke engine, and thereby it may cause overheating of piston and other engine parts. You can write in a simple way. Next, incomplete scavenging results in mixing of exhaust gases with a fresh charge, thereby which fresh charge will get diluted and reduces the power output as well as thermal efficiency. Next, and here transfer port is kept open only for the smaller period or shorter period, so less quantity of charge will enters the engine cylinder, thereby which power output will be less. Next, since the transfer port and exhaust port kept open during the same period, that means during the downward stroke of the piston, so there is a possibility of fresh charges escaping through that exhaust port along with the exhaust gases. So again that may leads to reduction of thermal efficiency there. Next disadvantage is, so for the here that compression stroke of a two-stroke engine is less when compared to four-stroke engine. That means compression will begin actually when the piston completely covers this exhaust port, so thereby which that the compression stroke is of very less when compared to four-stroke engine. Compression stroke in case of two-stroke engine is less when compared to four-stroke engine. Reason is compression actually begins when the piston completely closes the exhaust port, so thereby which compression stroke is less in case of two-stroke engine. Next, two-stroke engine needs better cooling arrangement because of high operating temperature. This is, you can easily remember. Next, exhaust in a two-stroke engine is noisy because of sudden release of burnt gases. As soon as the piston uncovers the exhaust port, the exhaust gases try to move out of this combustion chamber suddenly, so it is somewhat noisy. So that's why they have given exhaust in a two-stroke engine is noisy due to sudden release of burnt gases. Yes, these are some of the disadvantages of this two-stroke engine. Yes, this is enough for today, and you can go through these ones.